Have you ever wondered why Ivory Coast is called Ivory Coast? It's a name that instantly sparks curiosity, standing out among the many countries of Africa. When you hear it, you might picture gleaming white tusks, bustling markets, or even mysterious explorers from centuries past. But what's the real story behind this intriguing name? The name is unusual and specific. Unlike most countries, which are named after ancient kingdoms, legendary leaders, or indigenous peoples, Ivory Coast's name points to something entirely different. It's not named after a person or a tribe, but after a valuable material, ivory. For centuries, ivory was one of the most sought-after commodities in the world, prized for its beauty and rarity. The very identity of the country became tied to this precious resource. So where did the name come from? And why does the country also go by Côte d'Ivoire? The answer takes us back to a time when European traders sailed along the West African coast, naming regions after the goods they found there. Today, we're uncovering the story behind this unique name. It's a journey that blends history, geography, and the choices a nation makes about its own identity. This isn't just a geography lesson. It's a detective story about how a place gets its identity. We'll follow the clues left behind by explorers, traders, and the people who lived here long before the world knew the name Ivory Coast. Most countries are named after people or tribes, but Ivory Coast is different. Its name is a window into a time when the world was mapped by what could be bought, sold, or traded. Its name points to a specific object, ivory, that was once at the heart of a global trade network. The coast was famous for its abundance of elephant tusks, which drew merchants from Europe, the Middle East, and beyond. Imagine naming a country Diamond Land or Oil Country. It sounds strange, but that's exactly what happened here. The name Ivory Coast is a reminder of how natural resources can shape the destiny and reputation of an entire nation. That's the kind of clue the name Ivory Coast gives us. It's a hint about the past, a puzzle piece that helps us understand the forces that shaped this land. The name is a direct link to a past filled with adventure, commerce, and cultural exchange. It tells a story of encounters between different worlds, and the impact those encounters had on the people and the land. So, get ready to dive into the fascinating tale behind this country's name. We'll travel through time, from ancient trade routes to modern cities, to see how the legacy of ivory still echoes today. We'll explore its geography, trading history, and the important decision about what it wanted to be called. The story of Ivory Coast is about more than just a name. It's about identity, pride, and the journey of a nation. By the end, you'll see that Ivory Coast, or Côte d'Ivoire, is much more than just a label on a map. It's a country with a rich past, a vibrant present, and a name that invites us all to wonder and explore. Before we set sail, welcome to Sisep Erpandi, where we explore the hidden stories behind country names. Our mission: every name has a secret to tell, helping us understand our world better. We travel through history, old maps, and fascinating facts to uncover the origins of names. Whether you're a student, traveler, or just curious, you're in the right place. Today, we focus on Ivory Coast, a perfect example of how a name reveals deep history. Let's begin our exploration and see what secrets the name holds. So, where exactly is Ivory Coast? If you've ever looked at a map of Africa and wondered about the countries along its western edge, you might have noticed this uniquely shaped nation. Let's zoom in on West Africa, a region known for its vibrant cultures, rich history, and diverse landscapes. Ivory Coast, or Côte d'Ivoire, sits right on the Atlantic coast. It's bordered by Ghana to the east, Liberia and Guinea to the west, and Mali and Burkina Faso to the north, making it a crossroads for people and goods. Its strategic location along the Gulf of Guinea made it a vital hub for trade for centuries, connecting inland Africa to the wider world through bustling ports and ancient trade routes. The coastline stretches for hundreds of kilometers, lined with golden sandy beaches and lively port cities like Abidjan, where ships from around the globe still dock today. Inland, the landscape transforms into dense, lush rainforests. These forests once teemed with African forest elephants, whose presence in Ivory would shape the country's destiny. The country is a vibrant tapestry of more than 60 ethnic groups, each with its own language, traditions, and colorful festivals, making Ivory Coast one of the most culturally diverse places in Africa. This incredible diversity, combined with its varied geography, from rainforests to savannas, set the stage for a fascinating and complex history. Its rich natural resources, including cocoa, coffee, and minerals, along with its hardworking people, made it a land highly sought after by foreign powers. Now that we know where Ivory Coast is and what makes it unique, let's discover how it got its famous name and why it became so important in world history. Ready to travel back in time and uncover the stories that shaped this remarkable country? Ivory Coast's name is part of a bigger story about how Europeans mapped Africa. In the 1400s, European sailors explored West Africa, naming coasts after trade goods. Ghana was the Gold Coast, Nigeria and Benin the Slave Coast, Liberia the Pepper Coast. These names were commercial labels, telling traders what to expect. When Europeans reached the land between the Gold and Pepper Coasts, they found ivory. This region became the world's main source for elephant ivory. Traders named it the Ivory Coast, and the name stuck for centuries. The name was a direct reflection of what was most valuable there. Now, let's look at why ivory was so prized. Ivory from elephant tusks was a luxury material prized worldwide. It's smooth, easy to carve, and beautiful, used for art, religious statues, piano keys, and more. In the 15th and 16th centuries, demand for ivory soared in Europe. West African elephants had especially desirable tusks. The region had a thriving system for hunting and trading ivory. European ships traded goods for tusks, which were shipped to Europe for profit. The ivory trade defined the region's relationship with the world, but it devastated elephant populations. By the 19th century, herds were nearly gone. Today, the ivory trade is banned, but the name remains as a reminder. Next, let's see how the name changed with colonial influence. The English called it Ivory Coast. The French, Côte d'Ivoire, both mean the same. During colonial times, both names were used, but France gained control in 1893. French became the official language, and Côte d'Ivoire the official name. The French influence shaped the country's laws, schools, and cities. Even after independence in 1960, both names persisted internationally. This dual identity caused confusion. Imagine if Germany was called Deutschland in some places. The new nation wanted a single, unified name to represent itself. The government faced a choice: English, French, or something new. Their decision would shape their identity on the world stage. Let's see how they made that choice, and what it meant for their future. Let's break down the timeline. For centuries, traders called the region Ivory Coast, based on its main export. In 1893, France colonized the area, officially naming it Côte d'Ivoire. French became the language of government and education. Independence came in 1960, but both names were still used globally. In 1986, the government made a formal request use only Côte d'Ivoire in all languages. Ivory Coast was no longer acceptable in official contexts. This was a symbolic act of taking control of their national identity. The world was asked to respect this choice. But did everyone follow? After 1986, did the world stop using Ivory Coast? Not immediately. International organizations like the UN switched to Côte d'Ivoire. Major news outlets updated their style guides, but old habits lingered. Ivory Coast is still used in casual English conversation. Some prefer it because it's familiar and easy to understand. But the polite, correct choice is Côte d'Ivoire, the name the country chose. Using it shows respect for their history and decision. In diplomacy and business, Côte d'Ivoire is now standard. It's a small detail, but it matters. The name Côte d'Ivoire is more than just a label on a map. It's a window into the nation's past, its journey through time, and the stories that have shaped its identity. The name directly links to a period when ivory was at the heart of the region's economy, defining not only its identity, but also its place in global trade networks. Traders from far and wide came seeking the prized ivory, which was once as valuable as gold. Yet, this legacy is bittersweet. The name Côte d'Ivoire reminds us of both the immense wealth generated by the ivory trade and the deep tragedy it brought to the region's wildlife, especially its elephants, whose populations were decimated. Over time, the shift to the French name Côte d'Ivoire reflects not only the country's colonial history and its relationship with France, but also its journey towards self-determination and national pride after independence. Today, while the country is celebrated as the world's leading producer of cocoa and a major exporter of coffee, the name Côte d'Ivoire remains a powerful historical echo connecting the present to a complex past. Names on maps aren't just random labels, they're living stories, carrying the weight of history, culture, and the dreams of generations. By understanding the origins and meaning of Côte d'Ivoire's name, we gain a deeper appreciation for the tapestry of human history and the ways in which our world is connected through stories. Every country name holds a unique story, full of twists, turns, and hidden meanings waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which country name you'd like us to explore next. Your curiosity helps us bring more stories to life. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey through names and history. See you in the next adventure.